So if you haven't noticed yet, my video is looking a little different than usual, and that is because I have a new hobby. Oh, sorry, I'm already starting to fidget with my hair. I have a new hobby of shopping for and selling vintage clothing. So right now I have a Depop shop. It's Love Megan Summer. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. My hair is crazy right now. And Depop is great. I'll be doing some videos on that at some point. But for now, I really want to focus on relationships because I think especially with COVID, there's just so much going on. And, I have a lot going on too with relationships. It's one of those things that it's always going to be an ongoing thing because people, whether it's platonic or a romantic relationship or a professional relationship, they're always going to be in your life. So I was in a short-term relationship for about a month and a half, and right now I am single again. And it got me thinking, of course, about what you should really look for in a relationship. And this person really did have a lot of these attributes. Great person, totally wonderful person. It just wasn't a great time for us. It's fine, totally great. But I happen to be the type of person who looks for certain types. I have, some past traumas and everything, just like everybody does. And I like to go for the bad boy sometimes, you're like attracted to it. It's fun, it's exciting, and you get to have that little bit of a thrill of the chase. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my jersey a little bit. This is for sale on my Depop, at least as of now, or it will be soon. If it's not gone by the time I'm done with this video, posting this video. But guess what? The bad boy types just don't work out. It's not a good vibe. It's not a good look. And I definitely know myself, like I was over that. And I grew enough emotionally to realize like, hey, I don't even want to be attracted to these type of people anymore. And I'm not even going to put myself in that position to, give these people a chance. So I don't even dabble once I get the feeling that they're kind of the bad boy type. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something real. And yeah, so the question is though, what should we look for in relationships? And I've given that a lot of thought. And I know that my last, boyfriend relationship type of thing, he has these things and it was wonderful. It's great. And it definitely just adds a much more real feel to the relationship, a better comfort level, and it's more authentic. I think is a really good word for it. So what are these 3 things that I'm definitely looking for in a relationship? And I think that if you're looking for something real, that you can help identify as well. So the first one is investment. Is this person willing to invest in you? And we're not just talking about money, but money does, help. It is one of those things. And when we're talking about investment, we can also mean time or putting in the effort. So effort, time, money, all of these things, they add up. And it's like, when you invest in the stock market, you're investing what's important to you. You're investing your money, for example, or at a job, you're investing your time into it and getting something from it in return, which is money. It's all investment. It's all an exchange. So when you're investing in a person, that's how you start to grow and deepen that relationship. So you want to look for someone who's actually going to invest in you. Again, whether it be time, money, effort, a combination of those 3 things, and even more, if you can think of other examples, that's a really good sign. And that's something that you want. You don't want it to be a one-way street. You want someone who's going to invest back into you as well. And let's see, what's the second thing? I'm going to consult my notes really quick. I like this one. I put a lot of effort into thinking about this before because it's easy to make a long list of things. It's hard to make a short list of things for a video like this. So the second thing, I think you should look for somebody who shows empathy in a relationship. And I chose this word very specifically because I think sometimes we're told especially from a young age, that we want someone who has the same things in common as us and is, so much like you. You want someone who's the same as you, all these things. Or opposites attract. Well, I don't really think it's like that. I think that we're attracted to someone that can understand us and take the time to appreciate us and empathize with not only the things that we're feeling, but the things that we like to do and can see where we're coming from. And of course, the things that we're feeling is great, but all of the things about us, and wants to get to know us more and understand where we're coming from. I have hair in my nose, sorry. Cool. Empathy. Empathy is a beautiful thing. And I think that empathy is not only beautiful in romantic relationships, but it's something that separates emotionally mature people from emotionally immature people in the professional world, in the friendship world, etc. If you can see where somebody else is coming from and understand their point of view and their appreciation for other things, it makes you a much more well-rounded person, and you'll have a sense of, again, maturity if things like conflict arise, etc. So I think that empathy is a really valuable thing to have in a partner. And I think it's a much more, again, mature way to approach an adult relationship. So far we have investment and we have empathy. Isn't this funny? Like, I'm 29. These things of what I'd be looking for in a relationship when I was 19, for example, were so different than this. But what if I had thought of these things when I was 19? My life would have probably looked a lot different. Okay, so the third thing on my little list here for 3 things that you can look for in a relationship, and again, it's a very mature thing to be having on these lists. Notice I didn't say he's got to be super hot, or she gotta have the booty. Those things don't hurt, obviously, but these things are something that could help a relationship actually last, and you could probably grow with one another. Of course, if it's the right person. So the third thing that I would recommend looking for, or that I know that I'm looking for in a relationship that I want to last. And again, I worked pretty hard on figuring out how to narrow this one down correctly and word it correctly, is vision. I think it's so important to have the same kind of vision as this other person. Notice that I didn't say you have to have the same beliefs. Notice that I didn't say you have to have the same exact politics, religion, all of these things. It may help, or the same sports team, for example. It may help, but combined with the other things that you have, investment and empathy, if you have the same vision as this other person, what we're really saying is that you have the same idea for your life in mind as the other person. So you can grow together toward the same larger goals and the same larger vision, as I said, but it doesn't have to look the exact same or be in the exact same way. So vision would include something like, yes, I envision my life to where I have a family and we have a home and we're very stable, we're loving, I would like to have kids, and that's in my vision. I would like to, be able to travel once or twice a year. I'm okay with the 2 weeks of vacation. That's totally fine with me. I'd like to stay close to my family. That's what I envision for my life. I envision myself, watching football on Sundays after going to church, etc. That's a vision. That's a vision. Whereas another person, who's probably a lot more like me, in my vision, or another vision, for example, maybe I don't see myself necessarily having this kind of family. I would not be opposed to it. However, I see myself having at least 2 houses in at least 2 different locations. And I imagine myself living in these 2 locations at various times of the year at my choosing. I have a vision for my life of having this flexibility, and whether I add children into it or not, they would be a part of hopefully a very stable environment, but we would definitely also be a bit non-traditional because we would be traveling and at least a little bit living in a more flexible sort of way. Which, again, I don't know if children would even be in my vision or not. They're not the the fixture that some people have in their life's vision. I don't see myself needing to be close to my immediate family. I may include them in my vision later, but they'd be included into that sort of flexible lifestyle. So as you can see, these two visions may not mix well. So at some point, if I were in a relationship with someone who had a more fixed vision for their life, which sounds, I'm sure that's lovely for them, it might be like water and oil, and at some point, it probably just wouldn't work out well. So is it worth trying to fit this square peg in a round hole from the beginning? Or should we just say, hey, great person, maybe we're better as friends. Maybe you can find someone that has a vision that's more aligned with your life's goals, because I have my own life's goals and the vision for my life looks a lot different than yours. And there's nothing wrong with either of these things, empathy, but I don't see it being a great fit. So before I invest in you, maybe we should just kind of separate. See, when we start to just use these like adult terms and these mature ideas and actually start to act upon them and make them habitual in our lives, the types of people we'll attract and the type of life that we start to live and the type of relationships that we start to develop just become so much more, let's go back to that word that we all love, and you guys are probably just gonna like punch me in the face pretty quick if I keep saying it, mature. So anyway, my name's Megan Summer. If you enjoyed this video where I keep rambling and am standing and being all random because my house is a disaster right now because it's full of vintage clothing and cats because I got another kitten. Yeah, that's going to be for another video. A cat showed up at my door 3 weeks ago. He's 7 weeks old now and he's cute, but yeah, kitten life. Lots of videos coming up. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, hit like, subscribe. Again, thumbs up would be great. Go ahead and share this video with anyone who needs to see it. As always, if you have a question for me, go ahead and drop it in the comments or email me at lovemegansummer@gmail.com and I will consider doing a video on it, or I'll just get back to you with an answer to your question. If you follow me on Instagram, it's lovemegansummer. Feel free to shoot me a message on there as well. I really love when you guys reach out to me. I know I have some people that reach out to me directly, ask me questions, ask me for my input, and I get back to you as soon as I can. Like, I love talking to you. That's why I made this channel. And if you're interested in some clothing, including this cool Lakers jersey, go ahead and find me on Depop or just go to my website, which is megansummer.com, and you can find the link to my Depop as well. I'm everywhere. Love Megan Summer, megansummer.com, all of these things. Just Google me. It's fine. Anyway, I love you. I wish you the absolute best, and hopefully I'll talk with you soon. Bye.